Welcome to Akihabara. My name is Sung Kinte. I will to your guide for today's bike tour. I'd like to introduce the attraction of Akihabara, those fine food restaurants in this town, where you enjoy the real feel around you, image on table screen in front of you, and via video. Before start the tour, let me share some rules of this tour. First, please stay at your seat for your safety. Second, you can take pictures during the tour. However, please don't take any picture of the passerby as well as in my customers handles out flies on the street directly. Third, please refrain from posting pictures on SNS if you can see the face of the person by and the girls carry on them. Also, when please during the tour, you will get off the taxi and walk via headset to enjoy 360 degrees via video. Now let's start Akihabara tour. What image do you have of Akihabara? This town is well known to be an electric town or a mark of the sub-college. However, Akihabara is also a gourmet town where a lot of fine food restaurants offer wide varieties of cuisine. In 2000, Akihabara has become a tourist site with the gaining attention from all over the world as a manga of otaku, culture or subculture, famous for manga or comic, anime or animated films and video games. At the same time, the tour factor as the center of the IT and the many business come in. As the number of the visitors and workers in Akihabara rapidly increased, the number of the restaurants aiming at those people also increased in a short period. Actually, there was counter vegetable and fruit market, the beginnings vegetables and fruit market in Japan. In front of the present Akihabara station from 1928 to 1989. Fresh vegetables and fruits from South Japan were on the market from about 60 years. Some restaurants loved by the market workers from the time to keep their business going and make the factory of the restaurant in this town richer and more interesting. This tour recommends 10 restaurants in Akihabara that carefully selected by an Akihabara enthusiast. First, the tech center for a side street light with the small shops via Akihabara station. When ready, let me tell you before how Akihabara has come to call a mango of the otaku or a mango of the subculture. Until 40 years ago, Akihabara was the radiant of the home electric appliances in the world. Many country appliance stores and sought the last model of the television, refrigerator, air conditioning, and outdoor products, and many people come to the town to buy those products. Also, foreign people who come to Japan for sighting or business visit Akihabara to buy made in Japan brand goods of the high quality and inexpensive that made and sold since Akihabara flours more and more. Then stores dealt with the personal computer and the device become the main street of the town, and Akihabara having Pasogon or personal computer is the activity many PC lovers. Many of the PC lovers also love the manga or comic, anime or animated films and video games. Natural shops dealt with the game, anime and video games rate good increased collection. Finally, present Akihabara, well known as the manga of otaku, was found. By the way, those who loved and know real games, anime video games, and PC are called otaku in Japan, and the phrase otaku culture often used for subculture. However, for children these days, manga, anime, video games do not mean subculture anymore, but main culture, or part of their ordinary life. For them, Akihabara may be more specially placed beyond a mega of otaku in the future. You will see the little RTI1 one on the building just in front of you. It is the station building, opened in 2012. This involves the image of the Akihabara station. A lot of the site film visitors feel comfortable. Events compatible with the anime are over the head here. Step on your lesson now you are in Akihabara. On the left-hand side in the Akihabara Road Kaikan, the first well-known landmark in the Akihabara with the big yellow signs. If you look at lots of shops inside, you can tell what are you now in Akihabara. This is the very birthplace of the PC in Japan, where NEC sold the first microcomputer kit named TK-80 in 1976. Present Radio Kaikan hosts many popular college shops representing Akihabara. Look at your right side. Inside of the building is the parts market, the orange of the Akihabara electric town. There is no other place in the world where electric parts and device shops concentrate like this. Everybody enjoys making things by hand. contributes to the technological development of Japan. You see a lot of duty-free building around the station. In front of you is the Chuo or Center Street. This is the main street of the Akihabara with the very image of the Mago of Otaku. Some visitors come to Akihabara to just a picture of the street and get safety. Now coming into view in the traveling direction is the Manseibashi Bridge of the Kanda River. Beyond the bridge, can you see red brick arch? This is the elevator railway or Juachu Line. Once there was the Manseibashi Street there. Build a terminal station where passengers change streets or trams. The seat was always bus was the many people. Now Manseibashi Station was the revolt as a shopping place named Marchicute and opened 2013. After a while, another viaduct of the subway line will come into the view in each direction. The elevator railway of the subway line was extended from Rokkoku to Ochanomizu in 1932. Its height is the same lift with the 3 stories building 5 higher than the Yamanote line. Another elevator railway. People can call the way to have a look over them. There is beautiful arch-shaped Hadagocho viaduct nearby. You can see the set later. Now orienting is on your left side. This is the duty-free show that you will enjoy virtual reality experience at this store. The taxi is going toward the back street. Now you can right side in the elevator railway of the subway line. The reason was so many railways were elevator was to become made element on the side is the order to avoid officers theft by laying route on the groups. Now let me introduce the first restaurant of Akihabara food lovers recommendation. This is the Torio Keisuke, a ramen noodle shop. Do you like ramen? Japanese ramen first introduced from China evolved in unique ways in Japan. Now ramen is loved and now as one of the representative cuisine in Japan by many people in the world. There are so many different tastes of the ramen with different soups such as soy sauce and miso sauce, as well as the different thickness of the noodles. Different ramen shops offer different ramens, and you will be attracted by the diversity and the default of the ramen. Among many ramen shops in Akihabara, this Torio Keisuke is the very exclusive and offers the one and only ramen. The ramen to boast about of this shop is a bowl of the ramen topped with the roasted chicken leg. The appearance of the menu is very of the impact and so subtract, so you absolutely should be excited. The crispy roasted chicken broth is so tasty. Another menu are also popular. For example, ramen with the same soy sauce, best shops made of the fish and chicken, both and skimmer. Ramen noodle service celebrated with the very rich sauce. Try the menu of the dish shop and you will never forget these unique ramen shops. So you can see beautiful art shops that go to viaduct of the subline. Please look at your right upper side when the taxi turns to the left. It's a bright green color. Yes, beautiful, isn't it? And the rich arched viaducts in front of you, those arched structures was built in more than 100 years ago. When the first Mansei bus station was built in 1912, or the Central Line was entered to Tokyo Station in 1919. Next, let me introduce so-called idle corridor in Akihabara, on the 7th floor of the Parcela building, with the red sign board up ahead of you right and another side of the street. Parcela Theater is located. There you can see the performance of the popular idol groups such as the Kamen Joshi Mask Girls now on the screen. Speaking of the idol groups, the first famous one in Akihabara is Akiba 48. For the past dozen years or so, Akiba is the town where not only items but also idols are produced. They with the insufficient fans share up their idols with the show and the performance become well known and popular as the otake or otaku performance, as those fans are called idol otaku. See you will enjoy VR experience at Onode. We are passed by at Chuo Street. Onode is a duty-free store and electric retail store. Onode deals not only in products aimed at visitors for foreign countries, but also from Japan. For example, Japanese traditional carefree kitchen on the ground floor. The introduced Japanese handwork are high quality. No another shops collection now display many Japanese traditional craft on her quick as well as the wide range variety at one section, like Onode. The second and third floor are home appliance section. The fourth floor is the popular corridor kitchen, when all shops deal in popular corridor returned goods that represent today's Akihabara. I suppose now you feel hungry. Here, please enjoy a video of the 3 restaurants you will pass by later. With the VR headset, you can enjoy 360 degrees image as you move your hand and eyes in different directions. Please enjoy experience the virtual visit to the restaurants. It will be subtitled. How was your experience and how did you like the three restaurants are presented via video? I'd give you more direct expression of each restaurant where you place them later. The taxis going to the back street. Girls' customers often head out the front street. Please refrain from taking direct photo and them and avoid posting any photo on SNS if you can see the face of the person by or those girls clearly. The next Akihabara food lovers recommendation Akatsuka. What is your impression of the upper roof? It looks as if time stopped here for decades, doesn't it? There is such a restaurant with a longer history in Akihabara town. Akatsuka opened in 1954 when Japanese people worked hard to rebuild the country after the Second World War. More than 16 years since then, Akatsuka has been loved by cold people and watched the change of tone. The wood table and counter of the restaurant has a warm atmosphere and reminds you of the good old Japan. Popular menus include miso taste stew of the chickens and the river, preserved fresh fish season from Toyo's fish market. Did you think it's the best to enjoy beautiful and sophisticated Japanese cuisine representing Japanese changed seasons with the sake? Nowadays, the restaurant has more young ladies and foreign guests in addition to long-time regulars of the overwork of the neighborhood. Please view the history of the Akihabara and the Japanese college at Akatsuka. The street front of in Kanda Music Street after squeezing you will see a building close the red with the cute pink ribbon and her shops observed, such as the mark of the at home coffee, always now the popular mild coffee in Akihabara. Welcome by my song, you enjoy the extraordinary world, forgetting your ordinary life. Cute, simple to Japanese tradition Ozaki Asobi college in which you are entertained by Michael-san. The tactic is to street the main street in Akihabara to get to the next restaurant. Softmap Akihabara present computer and the digital store on your left side. The esports studio Akihabara on the 7th floor. Do you know esports? Esports is an abbreviation of the electric sports and the iPhone of the computation used the computer games or video games. Esports is not so much familiar in Japan yet. However, its player population is more than 100 million in the world and in some countries like USA. Performance games are recourse to the performance sports player. On your left side is a Jichun store. Jichun is a gaming machine brand of Japanese PC market mouse computer. PC market was structured a few years ago, but refused it is getting suppressed again. One factor is having the mind of the PC with necessary space for the virtual meeting, telework, or remote work under the coronavirus pandemic. The order is the demand for game PC with the even high chips for esports. If you have no idea about present video games stands, please make a visit to Jichun and your impression of the video game will totally change. This short street turns into a pedestrian percent of the every Sunday. Many people enjoy walking on the car-free street. In autumn, the leaves of the roadside ginkgo tree went bright yellow and looking very beautiful. By the way, one of the reasons why ginkgo is often chosen as the roadside tree is because it is the strong against fire, and its trunk and leaves keep a lot of water. Those roadside ginkgo tree barks draw some of the summer resin. Now let me introduce another Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The third one is the Akihabara Nagomido, a coffee located at the basement floor of the building on the opposite corner at the next intersection. It appeared in the via video. Are you on Instagram? Instagram is a few online photo sharing application and social network platform used by 1 million people all over the world. Instagram is also popular in Japan with more than 33 million services. And when the Japanese word in standby means in static or perfect photos for Instagram was in fashion. This Akihabara Nagomido is interested in coffee and being talked about a little. The concept of the coffee is taste of the Taisei area from 1912 to 1926, when Unipa College was introduced into Japanese lifestyle. Old books and antique featuring culture are nice, especially with the no taste, and anyone can help take a picture. This cafe is a unique asset, offers about 10,000 comic book set guests can read as they like. There are private rooms beside the coffee area, and you can enjoy relaxed time reading manga. Not only that, shower room, return to PC as well as the battery change are available. Because of the good service, could a few people work from Nagomido. By the way, a Japanese word Nagomi used in the names of the cafe means free of the kindness and relax. If you can visit Akihabara Nagomido, the cafe should relax your heart. Let me introduce next Akihabara food recommendation. The first restaurant is the Gyusha. It is on your right hand side, the opposite side of the road. If you ask Japanese people which the food do you like most, cuisine always the top is the hamburger. Hamburger origins come from overseas and invading the new cuisine in Japan. Just like ramen noodle, today hamburgers is a popular food and loved by people of the wide age group. Hamburger in Japan is so soft that many foreigner guests who and are just after having a bite. Popular and hamburger restaurant in Akihabara is this Gyusha. Hamburger made of the 100% beef in Christmas Wagyu. It's very juicy and has a delicate and soft feel in the mouth. Take one bite and the meat flavor separate through your mouth. Please make a choice among 5 different sauces as well as pepper or garlic. Another popular meal here is curry and rice topped with the popular hamburger. Curry is so savory and has the blend of the beef meat and sinew stewed in red wine and is talking about a lot. Believe or not, the restaurant offers a big size hamburger as well as the 1 kilogram. Why did you try to have a hamburger to make an unforgettable memory in Akihabara? Let me introduce the next Akihabara food recommendation. The 5th restaurant is Bengal. The place restaurant Gyusha has a curry menu and Bengal is a curry special restaurant. Curry also comes from overseas and emerged in the unique ways in Japan just like ramen noodles and hamburger. It is common in Japan to have curry with the rice, and the curry and the rice is the regular menus of school lunch in elementary and junior high school, and many Japanese people love it since their childhood. Among many curry-based restaurants in Akihabara, Bengal boasts the longest history. It opened in 1973. Since then, it has been loved by people in Akihabara for almost 50 years. Now owners said some guests who used to come to Bengal when they were young often visit the restaurant again with their family. The restaurant has a comfortable ottoman chair that makes free at home, and a young lady often visits here to enjoy nice coffee in a relaxed space. All curry meals are cooked here with the special curry powder made by mixing real spices and herbs. Representative meat is feeding beef curry with the chunk of the beef meat. It is ferment savory and has the modest thickness and bitterness. You will never get tired of eating this curry. Besides that, popular menus include the beef curry topped with cheese and bacon and open vegetables curries with the pint of the vegetables in season list is more than 15 currents. After you enjoy spectacles and rice, sweet cool lush with the cinnamon aroma with the heat the spot. Please try the special curry and rich with the long history that you can enjoy only in Akihabara. Let's move on to the next Akihabara food lovers recommendation. The 6 shops are introduced in a mild coffee named Honey Honey, uploaded in via video. Meid Cafe presented the quality in Akihabara makeup for the otaku. It is one of the site called custom place where waitress in mild custom wear guests as their master of persons and gives them hospitality. Meid Cafe has enjoyed high popularity amongst not only Japanese but also foreign people since its birth in 2001 as the representative tourist contest in Akihabara. Honey Honey is a very popular mild coffee with the mild warm. In Banning school never been to any mild coffee world enter easy. Honey Honey is a very popular mild coffee with the mild warm. Event beginning, school never begin to any mild coffee world enter easy. Actually, there is various kinds of the mild coffee of the different concept and service. Honey Honey's good point in the friendly maidens who come guests with the hospitality and delicious handmade foods. You can enjoy omelette rice on the which might song, drinks, cute picture into ketchup, or hot tomato cake burger at coffee every day for inexpensive price, almost the same with the common coffees. The cafe offers such wide variety of the alcohol drinks that group of the people those honey instance of tavern to enjoy drink party, and the opportunist person after work often stepped by alone. Honey will something special to your memory in Akihabara with the cute medicine and the delicious menus. Why don't you experience to feel of the more, the butterflies you get in your stomach. Let me give the direction to Honey Honey. Turn left at the next corner and go on to block, and you will see a building with the word close on its the symbol on your left side. Honey Honey is located on the second floor of the next building. Let's zoom on the next shops of the Akihabara Food Ramen Collection. These 7 shops are introduced the Tetsudo Izakaya Railway Retro DGB. Located on the 4th floor of the building on the left-hand side of you. This tavern also appears in via video. It is said that there are about 2 million trains in use in Japan. Train system in Japan is very advanced and has invented in unique ways, and the trains are always operate very punctually. Tetsudo Izakaya Retro TGV is a very unique tavern with the concept of the Japanese railway. One step inside and you will see red trees are used, and the large railway diamond is displayed is just like a railway theme park. Menus are also unique. Everything has something to do with the railway or train, such as the drink of the colors of the Shinkansen bullet train, or the like steak that will remind you of the burning red hot coals, and entering you battery as well as ice. Characters in orange customs designed by train cute uniform look so cute. Train singers as well as the who also knowledgeable about railway. Both the children and the adults will have a happy time in the Tetsudo Izakaya, or always having the little TGV, famous with the children of the visit here on the weekend. Once you visit Little TGV, you may totally be fascinated by the word railway. Let me introduce the next Akihabara food levels recommendation. The 8th restaurant is the Pizza and the Bar Noga. With Akihabara beginning tours since these years, hotels amongst our choices after being built one after another. Local Hotel 1, the left-hand side, is also a new hotel built in 2020. A restaurant on the ground floor of the hotel is the Pizza and the Bar Noga. This special restaurant consists of the common restaurants area and the casual bar area, and its high classical automation makes this the place to be a chic spot for social interaction. Yet you saw and relax on the from you were able to enjoy a refreshing time full of the itineraries feels always for the hustle and bustle of urban life. Pizza and the Bar Noga parts often the Spanish Italian of the fantastic cooking with the colorful selected ingredients. The space is the mega pizza of the largest size in your face. smells so nice and tastes the brick in wood-burning pizza oven from neighboring Italia. Fresh, no home starts and service on older and hot Akio are preferred dishes that you go well with the alcohol drinks. There are about 100 kinds of the wine cafe selection by sommeliers. This is the inside ideal restaurant to spend Spanish time with some important for you, for beloved. If you like, you can receive the restaurant for big parties such as the wedding, after party, as well as the farewell or welcome party. The party guests should be surprised and impressed by the restaurant, and say their express such a stylish result in Akihabara. The back street is always built with the deep otaku and the engineer come and going, and allow with the performance basically shops with the can meet their demands. On the weekends, box of the parts and devices are placed in front of each shop, and the street are cleansed by people from the bargain. Yet index characters of Akihabara as a tough, hobby, interesting, and technology. Next, I introduce the nice shops of the Akihabara food accommodation. Tamago-gen, a shop with the yellow side looking the tip of the narrow around on your right side. Representative menus many restaurants in Japan is omelette rice, ketchup, flavor chicken, fried rice is the warp with the thin omelette, or tops with the omelette. Directed cooking and cooked open on the rice is very popular from adults to children. The unique of the with the half cooking method is common in Japan, mainly because fresh eggs are always available. Kanto Tamago-gen is a shop special in such unique omelette rice. Its ground off is open the kitchen and you can see chefs or cooking while enjoying piping hot fresh made omelette rice. Your aspiration feel a bit when you put a soup into chicken fried rice topping with the very soft and creamy omelette. You can choose the sauce to put on your omelette rice as per the purple sauce are. Right taste the tomato sauce and cooking with the white wine and rich demigula sauce made from the beef sinew stew with the red wine. If you choose half and half, you can enjoy two different sauces. Actually, homemade vegetables pickles service with the omelette rice are talking about a lot by guests. There are tastes and you can take them as much as you can eat. Make you feel well balanced and naturalist. There are tables on the second floor. I recommend you to come to Tamago-gen with your friend or family. The taxi and final shop will Chuo Street. After coming back to Chuo Street, the taxi passed by Don Quixote, a larger discount chain store. On the 8th floor of the Don Quixote building is the AKB48 theater. AKB48 a famous band and natural icon was born in Akihabara and owns the theater to performer. AKB stands from Akihabara. AKB48 changed the performance image of the idol list as the strong idols list you can actually meet. AKB48 worked hand to interact with the face by the performance almost every day on the stage and handshake event, where you can actually shake hands with your family members. Then AKB48 getting popular little by little. Now AKB48 has become a big name and everybody knows it. However, its members' activity starts from the small stage in Don Quixote building in Akihabara. Performance and still often help on the stage and keep attracting many friends from throughout Japan as a simple set of the idol quality in Akihabara. Now another event such a ramen condition you can actually see. It is Kanda Shrine Vegetable. Can you ever visit a Kanda Shrine before? Kanda Shrine is the single shrine with the history as long as the 1,300 years and representative single shrine in Tokyo. Located just 10 minutes walking distance from the Akihabara station. The shrine holds Kanda festivals every 2 years. Kanda festival is a very famous festival that was being held since the 17th century. Earlier Edo period is one of the 3 major festivals in the Japanese, along with the Ginko Festival in Kyoto and the Tenjin Festival in Osaka. During the festival and the runs in Akihabara being car-free and the people in traditional customs parade through the toy-shouldered mikoshi or palm table showing specially barcodes for Shindo dares. It was watching a letter of the carriage of the mikoshi marching through the street shouting, "Seiya, Soya." The shrine introduced activities that suits the current time, honoring the festival in the collaboration with the anime versus the popular among your people. Voting cast the festival has the internet. Akihabara is such a global, unique, and divided town with the last technology scarcity. We always a tradition event with the last 400 years. The more you visit and know Akihabara, the more you will find the town so interesting. There is a cafe in the area called Crossfield Cross the traveling direction. Do you know the animation mobilized Gundam? The bus service was around in 1979. Considered the same year where Sony Walkman was received. Since then, new series was made after another to be either on TV or screen. Running anime works. From 2028 to 1918, a counter vegetable and fruit market that begins when in Japan was located around here. After market moved, this area was rebuilt as an IT park, named Crossfield and opened in 2006. In front of you, under the elevator railway, can you find Gundam Coffee? The railway company East has been promoting the make good use of under the elevator railway at the corner areas Chapala, where car-free selection of food products from all over the Japanese are sold. Next factory of Chapala is place Akihabara manufacturer. This is a community facility opened in 2019, which always thrills you with the new discoveries and great buys. As a base where you can see through it offers various kinds of the shops services in your hobby or coffee and a hotel. Outside the Hitachi Bring Tokyo Distro and Whiskey Distro and Drawing Bar, you can enjoy whiskey and exclusive coffee by one of the or what. The facility also includes the second place a camera shop sell many pro-on cameras and interchangeable lessons. Recall from Akihabara shops, a shop specializing in the pro-on CDs and recall. Finance store director mentioned by Fana, a Japanese earphone and headphone company. Tokyo Video Games, a cafe and a baroque radio games arcade where you can enjoy playing games and alcohol. Simply look and right side there is the Akihabara brand of Taigo label, a Taigo or Japanese drink school of the largest school in the world. Finally, I will introduce next Akihabara Fruit Lovers recommendation. The 10th shops. It's fruit season. Also, try to give 5 for all Akihabara artisans across the Kuramai Street Eastern travel direction. 2K5 for all means 2 kilometers and 540 meters by railroad trim, and the distance from Tokyo Station. Factory with the factory, the seminar of the main factory opened in September 2010. It includes Nippon department store, where spurs things of the various parts of Japan are selected and introduced, and graced the students' cafe and shops of them are engaged in by screen development. Finally, I'll introduce next our careful drivers recommendation, the 10 shops. Do you remember that I told you at the beginning of the tour that there was the last vegetable and fruit market, counter vegetables and fruit market from 1928 to 1989 in Akihabara? At that time, fresh vegetables and fruits get sent to Akihabara from South Japan. The shop where the auto marshal of the brass market still remains is the food center. When the market was to move, a female ran to the fruit wholesale business, opened the shop. With to keep the place where people can eat and a lot of tasty fruits. Fruits and season specials is a very luxurious fruits buffet. Only fruit specialists would be able to make this the buffet. Selected fresh fruits of the season arranged the current. Feeder of the children as well as the females abroad get excited in front of this artist buffet. Another popular name is the sandwich and a homemade croissant baked in the shop every morning. Set menu consists of the croissant sandwiches, small piece of the fruit cup up, drink and small size perfect extensions and natural. Look a little bit inside of the counter of the Akihabara. Fruit the season is the something like oasis of the town. Please come to the oasis in the Akihabara to refresh your body and spare time in the hectic city. Now, I finished introducing of the Akihabara food lovers recommendation. Are there any shops you are trying to in, or you rather to try? Then I will tell you the origin of the name of the Akihabara. Tokyo Fit had a fire since Edo period. Nothing had changed event in major period, and there was the terrible fire in 1869. After the fire, the place around here was arranged a fire break. In response, a Shinto shrine was built and 3 deities who prevent fires were invited from the environment place and insurance. However, people misunderstood that Akiba Daigongen, a famous deity who prevent fires, was the insurance. So people called the shrine Akiba-sama, and this area Akiba Gogen, now Harappa, or Akibabara, means the floor of the Akiba Daigongen shrine. Hara in Japanese means field or open space. The city is the origin of the names Akihabara. People in other countries are often concerned manga, anime, or for small children. But in Japan, adults also enjoy manga and anime. There have been a makimono, or street hand scroll, the debate store with the picture and text. For more than 1,000 years in Japan, people enjoy story, foreign drawing, and text. Screen a makimono. You may call this a hand-uploaded animated movie. The makimono of the Tale of the Genji is well known as the designed as a natural treasure. Another natural treasure, Choju Jinbutsuki-ga, is said to the oldest manga in the sense of the comic picture and technique. A makimono will some such will educate others such as the Kondo people enjoy them. Thus in Japan, manga and anime has been powerful and effective to having information. They are now used in school, companies, and events by the government. Furthermore, mouse characters are popular in Japan, and there are a great variety of the mascot characters and uncountable neighbors of the local masters. Event government and the police office have their own mascot characters. For example, Itagun for National Taxi Agency, Customer for customer, People Go for Metropolitan Police Department. The front left side of you is the Yodobashi camera. Maruchiya Akiba. Yodobashi camera is the major Japanese return chain specialist in the electric PC cameras and photographs instrument, and this is the second largest store in Japan after Umeda stores in Osaka. My tour guide friends often say this building has a black hole because some of the guests have disappeared in the building and never come back again. The guests who floated could come back arrived what they don't understand why they were late for the meeting time. Now there is an entrance to the Tsukuba Express Akihabara station on your right side. Tsukuba Express went into operation in 2005, like between IT Town, Akihabara, and Tsukuba Same City in 45 minutes. Right far side, can you see the sign with the 8 Akiba? There is the patriot names Aoshi's at Akiba. Aoshi's at Akiba was opened in 2006 and it offers clean and comfortable restrooms and wears a tourist information center and a smoking box. There are so many good restaurants I'd like to introduce to you, so good foods in Akihabara are very rich. I should be happy if I could have covered the attraction of the town of the otaku that you didn't know. When you visit Akihabara for sightings, please enjoy the unique foods and restaurants. After tour, would appreciate if you could take a few minutes take out our Christmas before leaving. Thank you very much for enjoying Akihabara Hybrid Experience Tour, and please come back to enjoy the Akihabara next time.